Hello and welcome everyone to the fifth video of this 8-video series on Microsoft Sentinel hands-on lab. So if you've been following along till now, in this fifth video we will be talking about threat hunting. If you have followed all the previous 4 labs, you probably already know now that we are in a scenario where we are doing things related to the SolarWinds supply chain. So we have created a kind of a exercise where we will be talking based on being like a SOC analyst or playing different security roles and doing certain things regarding this. So if you're just clicked on this video for the first time and you don't know what's happened in the last 4 videos, make sure that you go back to the playlist and check the playlist and watch all the 4 videos if you want to follow along with the lab, or if you just want to check out this video, feel free to watch this and get information about threat hunting. Also, before I start, just to make sure that if you want to also do this lab, this specific one, make sure that you at least have the lab 1 that you have watched and you have also followed along, even if you don't want to do the second, third and fourth, because the one that we deploy, the training lab, is like quite important for this whole lab 5 as well. So yeah, before jumping into the lab and like the different exercises, I will just quickly talk about what exactly threat hunting is. So also like called as Microsoft Sentinel hunting, or the other word is like security hunting. It's like a proactive security practice, and it's aimed at like identifying you and like mitigating the potential security threats and risk within a organization's environment. So this is like in general like the main definition of what exactly threat hunting is. Like it also involves like actively searching for signs of malicious activities, like different suspicious patterns, like vulnerabilities that might not be detected by any like automated security tools and systems. So like if you also have in general like certain automated tools already implemented, still there's a chance that it might not catch up, and that's the reason why we basically do threat hunting. So again, like in the Microsoft Sentinel or Azure Sentinel, however you know it, this is basically a cloud native SIEM. Again, just talking about SIEM and SOAR in this solution, or like what exactly it is. And like, yeah, it generally provides a platform for threat hunting activities. So as you all probably are already following along, you know what a SIEM is, you know what Sentinel is. And when we talk about like in general key aspects or like an overview of the key aspects, there are like some different ones for threat hunting, which is like manual investigation. You can put different queries, you can like customize it, the detection rules, like by again as with the KQL, you can also like use different indicators of compromise, so the IOCs, to understand like patterns of behavior. Like you can also there's like the behavior analysis for it as well. There's like, yeah, again a lot of things also can be used in terms of playbooks, which is like I would say the most important one if you're like make it kind of automated, or like to make sure that you have a good workbook as well. And yeah, like in general you can also use different like adversary techniques and procedures, so like the TTPs as well. And yeah, so basically by actively hunting for security threats, so like the threat hunting, what exactly it is, organizations can in general be like can better defend against like different advanced also like in general undetected threats. So like it complements, it's like an addition to your like automated detection. So again, there's a likeliness that some automated tools would not detect certain threat levels, and that's why like this is like a complement to your normal automation tools, and like to increase your detection capabilities. Also, in general, I would focus more about what like vulnerabilities, and like it might have like certain signature which is again not established, and again this can be sometimes hard. That's the reason why you use like your custom threat hunting, because in general if there's a new customized signature on a particular threat, on a particular malware, virus, anything, it can be that it's not detected by your normal automated tools. So this can be very like quite handy when you use your customized threat hunting. So enough of talking, enough of information. Now let's just jump to our first exercise. So in this exercise, what we'll check is we will do a hunting on a specific MITRE technique and how you can do it. So for this exercise, or like this whole lab, again we assume that we are part of an organization, and like in our organization there are our security researchers who shared the following article, which I will show you quickly. So this article, what it says is that it's all about the describing different techniques related to the SolarWinds supply chain. So here you can look at this whole where it talks about NC2452 technique analysis. Like there's many different ones in the techniques that they talk about, and based on this article, let's say our SOC leads understand that to be able to see the full picture of the attack campaign and spot the anomalies on our data set, we as an organization need to run a proactive threat hunt based on the MITRE tactics and techniques described in this article. So what we have to do in this is like we have to first just make sure that you review the article that you can see here, the article that highlights the MITRE attack techniques and the corresponding tools and methods that you can use. So specifically for this exercise, we will focus on the technique 1098. So like I can also show you another link which talks about like the in-depth understanding of this technique, which is called the account manipulation, and this is like provided by MITRE itself. Now what we'll do is like we will jump to our Azure portal, and in the portal like make sure that you again go to your Sentinel in the workspace that you created for this lab. In this we will navigate to the hunting. Here you can see on the left navigation, once you click on hunting, in this hunting page, going on queries, you can see like we see the Microsoft Sentinel provides like built-in hunting queries to kickstart the proactive hunting process. So here on the metric bar we can see statistics about how many queries are active. So like there are 12 for me, and how many have the required data sources to run in your environment as well. There are like also metrics showing how many queries have been run in the like during your current session. So like here you can see how many they exist and how many of these queries produced the result. So what we'll see is we can also see the counts of the number of live stream results and bookmark created during the hunting process. So like everything is mentioned here. So on the top action bar here, what you can see is we can find the run all. So like run all queries button. If you click on this button, or like basically clicking on this button runs all active queries. This can take a significant amount of time depending on the number of queries and amount of log data being queried. So to get results faster, it helps to filter down the set of queries to the specifics that you want or you need to run. So also make sure that you select the right hours or right amount of days in which you want it to run, depending on when you launch this lab. Like it can be 7:30, irrespective, like you can just choose. And what you will see is like Microsoft Sentinel provides many different attributes to filter down to just the query that you want to run. So like here, when you click on the filter button, there's like a lot of different ones. what we have to do is like to filter the MITRE technique. You have to select the techniques, and in this we will specifically find the technique that we will use for this one, which is T1098. So look for it, find this T1098, which is account manipulation, and click on apply. Once you click on apply, you can see that there's a few ones which you can see, like, or you can review all the queries in this table if you want to. What you have to do is like select all, so like the multiple select all queries, like clicking here, and you have to run them as a batch. So once you select this, what you will notice here is that now the run all queries button has changed into run selected queries button. Now click this button to run the queries. Usually in some cases, as I also before talked, that you will have to like modify the selected time range based on the time you deploy the lab to get the query results. So once you do this, what you will notice is that after like the results are produced, you will see it here. There's the results count. They start popping up, and in our case we immediately spot that the adding credentials to legitimate OAuth applications query has returned like more than 10 or like plus 10 results. So make sure that you select this particular query, and in the right panel, so like here, click on this arrow. What you will see is for this specific query. Now just click on results to view results. This will navigate us to the log analytics screen to view the hunting query content and run it. So on this, again on this log screen, what you have to do is like click on run, like just in case if you don't see the result for some reason, click on run, and what you will notice here is that after the hunting query has finished executing, we'll see all the data that returned with the parse fields and columns. So you can see here there's all the different things that are mentioned. You can also, what you can do is like for a high overview, we can once you click down here on any particular one, you can see we have the actor IP and the username that runs this operation. Like there's a lot of more information. Also expanding to it, we are able to see like the Azure AD application name, the added key names, and the type of IP. You can also see username of the actor and other like relevant information that helps us understand the specific action. So now what we want is like our SOC analysts need to know which application from all the above results. So like from here, all the above results is like critical and has a security risk. So there's one way in which we can do is like we can in general go to our Active Directory for each application from the hunting results, check their permissions, and validate the risk. So normally a SOC analyst follows the organization's knowledge base that guides him or her to review a list of all the Azure Active Directory applications with their risk levels. What you can also do is like create a specific log for it. So here in the option here, like you can click on plus and it will just open up a new query. And for this, what you can do is like in general, you can type a specific query which says like get watch list, and you can in this type any specific format that you wanted to see. So like for an example, you can type high risk apps, and the next thing that you have to just do is like you can just run this query, and if there is some specific high risk apps that exist in your results, it will show up here. So that's how you can like basically check out or like get into a specific MITRE attack, and you can like specify and just shorten up your search more using your queries and also different things. So just in general, keep this as it is, as we will move into our second exercise. And in the second exercise, we will come back to this point as well again. So in the second exercise, what we'll see is like we will do the bookmarking of the hunting query results. And in this, like while reviewing the query results in Log Analytics, we use the Microsoft Sentinel's bookmarking feature to store and enrich these results. Like we can also extract entity identifiers and then use entity pages and the investigation graphs to investigate the entity. We can like add tags and notes to the results to say why it is interesting. Like bookmarks will also preserve the query and time range that generated the specific row results so that the analysts can reproduce the query in the future. So if as part of our, let's say, of this organization's investigation, we can determine that the bookmark query result contains malicious activity, we can like create a new incident from the bookmark or attach the bookmark to the existing incident. So now what we do is like we go back to our log screen, so like to the first query, and open the join hunting query. So again, these ones, select one, like you can just select any one of these for this lab, for this example. And once you click or check this box here, what we do is like we then put it to the bookmark. So like here you can see there's the add bookmark option. Click in this menu, click this button, and in the action menu just before your results table. Now on the right hand, so like here what you can see, the bookmark panel opens and you can like modify the bookmark name to, like, let's say this is like a sample, like you can just name it anything. You can also just keep it the way it is. And once you do this, you can like change the account, you can change the IP, you can change many different things in this. And afterwards, all you have to do is like just create this bookmark here, and it will be added to your bookmark sections. And this was the second exercise of this lab. So in this third exercise, we will be doing is promoting a bookmark to the incident. So for this, we go back to our Sentinel and make sure that you are navigated to the hunting. And what you will see here is like when you go to bookmarks, you will see that you can see your newly created bookmark. So select this bookmark, and in the right panel here, what you can see is like we can click on the investigate button to investigate the bookmark using the investigation graph, the same way that we can investigate an incident. So like here you can see it. You can go back and to create a new incident from the bookmark, select the bookmark, so check your bookmark and select the incident action so you can see it on your top graph in the top menu, and select create new incident. Note that you also have the option to attach the bookmark to an existing incident. So like that's also possible. In this, what you can do is like you can give it a title, anything that you wish to say. Let's say sample. You can give in the description if you want to. Make sure that you select the right severity. So for this, we can just select, let's say, high. And what you can do is like make sure you also select the owner or like whom it should be assigned to. So I will just assign it to myself. And then what you can do is like just go on review and create. So once you create this incident, you will see that now there's the newly created incident here, which you just promoted. And that was about it. That was the last exercise for this lab. I hope you got quite a good information on threat hunting and specifically on how you can do a specific MITRE technique on any particular query or any particular type of threat hunting. And yeah, if you followed along, and if you had any issues, if you got any other questions, just feel free to write it in the comments. You can just reach out there and I will try to solve your questions. You can also in general see the documentations from different places where you can get more information about it, and I'll also create it on a much wider scale if you also want to, so you can just go more deep into it. If you liked this whole series till now, make sure that you are subscribed to look forward to the other labs that are yet to come, to follow along this whole series. If you also enjoyed this lab and got some more information, make sure that you also like, so that the YouTube analytics knows that it's informative, which in turn helps me as well. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next videos where we continue this series and finish the lab at the end of this series. Thank you.